Hello, this is Vanamali. Today's subject, let's delve into psychology. Pavlov's dog experiment. Um, I'm sure a lot of you readers have heard of that experiment, but if you can just Google it, I'm just Googling it and then reading off what's written online report. During the 1890s, Pavlov, he was a Russian, I believe, Ivan Petrovich Pavlov, 1849 to 1936. Um, Research salivation in dogs in response to being fed. Pavlov expected his dogs to salivate for food, but noticed they began salivating at the mere sound of his assistant's approaching footsteps. Pavlov started from the idea that there are some things that a dog does not need to learn. For example, dogs don't learn to salivate whenever they see food. This reflex is hardwired into the dog. Pavlov showed that dogs could be conditioned to salivate at the sound of a bell if that sound was repeatedly presented at the same time that they were given food. That's what is written. Basically, we can test it out also that dogs or pets will begin salivating when it's food time or when they hear the bell or if we uh, call them out food or something like that. So they begin salivating for the food. And this is where I delve into religion. Are we any better? I mean, we think we are so much better, right? I mean, we are human beings. We are so intelligent, so far advanced. We are not like them at all, are we? And I'm saying, yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are not much better, unfortunately, especially when it comes to religion, uh, subject of heaven. I keep asking, what do we do there? What goes on in there? It's. I have seen bright, especially one guy. I think he was a bright, educated person. He used to do videos on science, talking about these concepts that went right above my head. And then he does a video on religion, and it was frightening to see him drooling and grinning when he talked about heaven. This religious guy that he was talking to, and he was like, what goes on in heaven? Tell us. And I'm going, you know, this guy has not been there. He's this religious guy I'm talking about, that the one that he's asking the question to. He's not been there. Nobody has been there. There is no evidence of any God or any heaven. Zero, none. The guy is reading off of a book, and even that book, these holy books, they don't say much about heaven either. So most of what he is saying is all made up. All this talk of gardens, happy times, enjoying Barbie land, yeah, is all made up. He doesn't know. He's just telling you what this drooling person wants to hear. And this is a highly intelligent guy drooling over these answers. How many times have you heard these journalists asking, uh, will we see all our dead loved ones again? And of course, they already know the answer. Again, it has been asked over and over. And even as they ask, they know what the answer is going to be. This is a religious person. Of course, he is going to say, of course, you're going to see them again. Oh, yeah, they're all just sitting there chatting sitting in a garden, enjoying this nice summer weather. And they're chatting about what? That don't ask that question. But oh, of course, they love to see you. They are all happy. They're all wonderful. Everything is wonderful. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's like a journalist asking Madoff, whoa, whoa, tell me how much return am I going to get? 18%, 20%, 30%. Don't tell me 30% per month. Whether the market goes up or down, I'm going to make 30% a month. Yay! And if you see that, would you not be disgusted? Would you not say, hey, come on, the guy is just telling you what you want to hear? And yet, when it comes to religion, it's like bright, educated people drooling over these cheap promises that they know there is no evidence for. They don't ask what's heaven is about. Why would God or any being would have billions of people just slaying about doing nothing? An idle, lazy, useless, pointless existence for eternity, shamelessly sponging off him. What's that about? How is this God's grand plan? We are talking bright, educated, intelligent people here. And none of them ask these questions. Start drooling as soon as they hear the word heaven. The big smile comes on their faces. And if I told you that Putin says that demands actually blind belief, support, submission to himself, obey only him, sing only his praises, and he will reward only those people who do. And we see that, right? People's Putin's friends have become instant millionaires, billionaires, just because they know him. They support him blindly because he's their meal ticket. And those, and then there are people that Putin has killed, tortured. Families have been killed. Even children. Children have not been spared. And we hear such things and we go, oh my God, Putin is pure evil. What a horrible person. But change the name to God and repeat the exact same words. God will reward only those who believe, support, submit to him, obey him, sing only his praises. And those that do not will burn in hell for all eternity. Such ideas are openly promoted. Imagine all that has changed is change in a word from Putin to God. And amazingly, people's minds go kaput. They they now sing his praises. What happened? It's like, are we any better than dogs? No, I do not think so. I think we are the same, unfortunately. Thank you.